got the best engineer in the game. How are you doing, S. Carter? We have Rage the Poet. Poetic. I'm sorry.
Yes,
so
but it's all good.
Rage the Poetic.
Yes, I'm here. What's up?
What is your top 5 and your social media name so they can find you, sir?
I'm gonna start with my social media name. My social media name is official_Rage The Poetic.
You gotta tell me that name. Like, how did you get that name? What does that name mean?
Oh man, so I've went through like a barrage of names through this whole music journey.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, my name was like Kid Rage,
Okay.
in 2010.
Like a pro wrestler.
Yeah.
Kid Rage.
I like that. I like pro wrestling too,
Yeah.
but I like ECW. But when I was I wanted to be remembered. I want my music, like my words, to be remembered like poetry. Like I didn't want to be remembered like a rapper, and I was inspired by like my favorite rock star, Jim Morrison from The Doors.
Okay.
He said he didn't want to be remembered as a rock star. He wanted to be remembered as a poet. And that's when I heard that, I was like, yeah, I want to be remembered as a poet. So I'm like, my name is now Rage the Poetic. And it's also like a duality thing. Like, my phone is ringing, so I'm going to fucking cut that off. But it's a duality thing with light and darkness. The rage part is like the bad side, and the poetic part is the good side. And when it comes together, it's just the yin and yang.
Yeah.
So we all have the Rage the Poetic inside of us, like duality. It's really a deep thing.
Right.
A little bit of
I'm a deep.
oxymoron.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. Top 5, sir.
I'm gonna put this out first. This is like a, organ.
Crystal?
You can say that.
Okay.
It's like it's an orgonite, and it disrupts like all like negative frequencies inside of a
I'm
place.
not gonna lie, I heard Gorgonite at first.
No, it's
You know-
organite. Organite.
Like the soldier, you know what I'm talking about? Toy soldiers, bro. I heard it. I was like, wait, he didn't say that. He couldn't
That'd be
have said
crazy
that.
if I
I'm gonna
put
let
him.
you finish telling me, but I rewatched that. It's not as good as it was, bro. It's
wasn't?
not as good as it was, bro.
Now I gotta rewatch
bro,
it to see.
it's very quick.
Uh-huh.
The plot is very quick. It's like a lot of shit where we're like, bro, just step on it.
It's just a toy.
A lot of it's just step on it. But okay.
So it blocks negative energy.
Yeah, it blocks like the bad frequencies that come from cell phones and like cell phone towers, all the stuff that causes cancer that we can't see. And it blocks all this out. It's really good to have, and you should get it like really fast because they're taking these things like out of stores. The government's becoming hip.
Really?
Yeah, because they're building these 5G towers.
Right. Yep.
And that shit's really bad for the environment. It's like killing the environment.
It's gonna be very, very bad for the environment.
Yeah.
Y'all keep hearing that
it's
the 5G network's causing cancer, but I'm like, well, it's still based upon where the towers or where it's located. But then you gotta think about where the tower's located and who they by.
But if you notice in every neighborhood, dude, like in every hood and neighborhood, you look up, there's a cell phone tower everywhere.
Yeah.
And that is the reason why everybody is just one of the reasons why everybody is just acting crazy. The frequencies.
The frequencies are off.
Yeah, the frequencies are way off.
The 5G stuff I've seen the research on, they're saying that it works. Like the 5G works. You can get super fast internet, up and down speeds and all that shit.
Yeah.
But you have to be right by it. It doesn't travel through walls because of the frequency. It doesn't travel through walls very well at all. So that they have to put more towers up than the 4G whatever towers because it has to bounce off that tower. So instead of it being one tower for every 20 miles, it's now gonna be like 3, 4, 5 towers in that 20
That
miles.
doesn't sound smart. That sounds
Because it has to keep bouncing off to give you
just to get through walls.
Yeah, to get through all the buildings. So if we're downtown, it's gonna be either hella towers on top of buildings, or you're not gonna get any signal.
And that's why
I feel like if you have like
that'll make you pay more because now they have to contract the people or the buildings or the companies to use their buildings just to put a tower on there.
Yep.
Then on top of that, they gonna have to supplement. See, it's like a catch-22 because they could just lower the bill and then just have what they have right now, and then everybody be okay with like, all right, well, I got shitty network, but it's faster outside.
Yeah.
But my bill is like hella cheap.
Yeah.
Makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
it's
but
crazy.
I'm not uploading shit outside like that crazy.
I don't think anybody.
But a lot of people are. You gotta
Yeah.
think like when people are going to concerts and like going to games. And,
See, yeah.
people are like, "Oh, look at me! I'm at the Indians game with my babe."
See, but at this point, if I'm at a concert, I know I'm not getting any signal, or I know
Right.
my pics aren't posting right there. Like, yeah, until I get out this concert, my pics
Yeah.
aren't posting. So, like,
Yeah.
I'm taking all the pictures in my photo. I'm not doing it straight to Instagram and nothing like that because I know it's not gonna post.
Right.
But yeah, exactly. You like, I gotta upload, and
But I
you're
think
just pushing a button.
I think that's the thing because now you have the option. Before you didn't really have the option.
To
You
what?
didn't really I mean, like you said, like you know that it's not gonna work.
Oh yeah.
Now it's like, all right, well, with the update, it should definitely work. So
Yeah.
now you know it works. So now you can actually do it. A little
Yeah.
different, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
See,
I know.
a little different.
I don't know, man. This technology field, and a lot. We was just talking about Joe Rogan. A lot of the technology is advancing fast, and I don't think the civilians are aware of it at all. Of just medical advances and like even the new iPhone. Like it's not even like it's doing anything that the Androids haven't been doing for the last year.
I was
and a
just
half.
saying this. I was just talking to my
One
wife
extra
about
camera.
this. I'm like, dude, because I'm done with iPhones. Like
Yeah.
the last iPhone that was invented by Steve Jobs was the iPhone 5S, and that
Oh,
was my
really?
last favorite one,
Really?
really. And after that, Apple just stopped caring. The quality of it is just like crap now, and iPhone is just they're just doing anything that Samsung is doing or Google is doing. Like they're just ripping off.
Huawei. It's so many different Droid phones that are packing 3 cameras and
Yeah.
wide lenses.
I'm
And
about to test out the new Pixel. I'm going for that Pixel 4.
This phone, these iPhones, they break easy.
I'm still on the
The
6
storage
6S
is a
Plus.
bitch.
thugging it.
I hate storage. Like you have to keep
That Pixel calling my name though. If I can,
I stopped at a 10, bro. My last, I haven't gone past a 10 yet. I don't know, 10S, no, none of that. The first beta 10, if you will.
yeah. See, and with the new stuff coming out, they said that this will be the last major update that will carry the 6S lines and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, now I have to make a choice now.
Yeah,
'cause-
I have been hearing that.
yeah, so I'm
And
like,
that's
all right.
SEs as well because the SEs ain't nothing but a 6 and the 5 body.
Yep.
Mm.
Sir, we almost skipped your top 5. Can we give you a top 5?
Sorry about that.
It was that. It was
Sorry about that.
What was it called again? Not the Gorgonites, but
It's called an organite pyramid.
that's the only
Organite
way I'm
pyramid.
gonna remember it. and I'm glad.
Organite.
Organite.
But yeah. So
May I see it too? Why you
Yeah,
go?
yeah. Go ahead, and examine it. Put up for the camera.
It looks like the
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My top 5. I'm gonna start with music. I would say number 1, 808s and Heartbreak, Kanye West. Because that
Big
broke
record.
that broke
really
down
nice.
like boundaries for artists like me. And number 2, and I will say number 2, Man on the Moon 1, Kid Cudi.
Ooh,
Yup.
20 years? No, it was this
He
20
just-
years?
he
No,
just-
no, I'm 10
10
years. I'm
years.
sorry.
It's
He
coming
just
up on
had
10
he
years.
just had his 10-year
Like, come on now,
anniversary
wait,
for
I
that.
know, I'm sorry. 10 years. 10
And
years.
that album really just like that album and a lot of Pink Floyd, which is my next inspiration. That Man on the Moon 1 and Pink Floyd really helped me find the soundscape of my sound. Like my melodies are kind of like it kind of resembles Cudi's, but I got my own thing going on. But Kid Cudi is a big influence, and Man on the Moon 1 was that record for me. Like there's not a,
For me too.
it was there's not
gets me
like
smoking.
there's not like a song on there that nobody can't relate with. I like that Scott did that. Like he made sure that you gotta fuck with this album in some type of way. If you don't like any of the other songs, you're gonna like Day and Night
Or Pursuit of Happiness.
or Pursuit of
Day and
Happiness. You're right. My next favorite album, number 3, would be like Camp by Gambino. Childish Gambino. Shout out to
Camp's very
Donald
underrated.
Glover.
Camp's very underrated.
Underrated. Even
I won't-
Pitchfork.
I don't know if I know
Pitchfork.
Camp.
Camp's
Oh,
his
bro, that's
first
2011.
his
Their
first
first one?
album.
Yeah.
I think that's why I first got hip to him. When
like
you were
Camp.
showing me stuff.
Camp. There's a love song at the end of it that really got me. Where I'm like, yo,
I think you're
loved it.
talking about that Power. At the end of
Yeah.
that Power, he goes on a monologue talking about how he was in camp with this girl,
Yep.
and she
Yep.
played him on the bus, and he's still on the bus, and then it went into the next album. It was really nice and choreographed the way he.
Childish is very underrated right now.
He is somebody.
Man.
Him and Kid Cudi are who helped me find myself as a teenager. Like, especially Gambino. Like, I always, because when I was in high school, people used to say like, "Oh, you're an Oreo. You talk white. You know, you're Carlton. You know, like." And Gambino in that time and period, he was doing like that.
Yeah.
He was doing like that nerd. That black nerd
Yeah.
style, and that he kind of just made me accept myself. I'm like, fuck it, I am a nerd. I do like fucking Ninja Turtles and fucking whatever.
And that kind of ushered in the wave of it being trendy again.
Bruh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I mean, I kind of realized like you just kind of blind to it, but just seeing how much just our generation just loves anime.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah,
from
Yeah.
top to
I mean-
bottom, just like
And even if you're a
And it's-
hood,
and it's
hood
not
nigga,
even-
you like
yeah.
anime. You're
it's
like,
not even a
You like
thing no
some-
more.
you
It's
like
like
some, you like Dragon Ball Z.
Z,
the hood
something
that's
nigga.
just
like-
the number one.
Yeah, like that's the meme. That's
Yeah.
all right now. Like, yeah, if you're anywhere in the hood or something like that, you start talking about anime, you gotta say Dragon Ball Z and hood.
You gotta
yeah,
say-
you know, man. And they'll jump right
Hood
into it.
niggas, they
They
be
know
selling
about
a
Dragon Ball Z.
dime. They be
Yeah.
selling a dime bag. They're like, man, I was just watching Dragon Ball Z, man. That nigga Goku hard as fuck.
Yep.
You saw him do that spirit bomb. I'm
or they
like,
hit you with
yeah.
I ain't seen it in the mall. The last thing I'm hip to, but I'm about to start watching
Yep.
it again.
Yeah, like, I'm about to
Yeah.
start watching again.
You're right.
Y'all got the fire.
And I'm just like, you guys, fuck you guys. Because when I was in 9th grade talking about this shit, I couldn't sit with you at the table. But now,
Oh man, I used to have drunk.
yeah, like
I
there's
remember
a lot.
fifth grade specifically. We used to draw the characters.
yeah, dude, that was a shit. That was a shit.
Dragon Ball Z and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Dragon Ball Z characters are so easy to draw, just
Yup.
like the spiky hair and
They gave
like
you-
triangle face.
They
and
gave you a whole little lesson too on how to draw them, and do the eyes and everything.
I used to draw that shit in church, and my mom, I was like, I'm like, oh, this sermon's boring. I'm gonna draw in this Bible. You know, that's just what I used to do. Me and my cousin. But yeah, Cam Gambino,
Yeah.
and then let's see, number 4, I would say the Gorillas.
Okay.
I love the Gorillas. And
I didn't know
can't-
what they were when
Dude,
they
when
originally came out.
when
I
I
was like,
saw the
what is
Feel
this?
Good video as a kid, I'm like, so this is like music and like cartoons at
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
time.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, I'm like, Gorillas.
And like they
That's
had
what-
did an interview like
That's
on
when
like
MTV was popping.
yeah.
MTV Jams.
Yeah,
you know, in the
MTV was
morning.
really
They did,
going,
they,
yeah.
they did an interview, I feel like on like TRL or something like that, or something random, and like it was them as cartoons.
Yup.
Still, I'm like, yo, they're not gonna show the real people.
Bruh.
They did. They
that
did.
really did fuck with me though back then.
They did
because I
the-
couldn't understand.
They did the Grammy performance as their cartoons. You know, I'm like, damn, man, these
I'm
guys
like,
are next level.
They're
And,
not people at all.
and
Have they still not been seen? Like I don't.
yeah, it's actually one guy.
Oh, it's one guy.
And the Gorillas consist of one guy, and,
wow,
and
okay.
everything else is just a bunch of collabs. You know, I love. Like when I get up there,
What the
I
heck?
want to be on that level of like Gorillas because this guy, he just calls any of everybody to collab and make a Gorillas album like Snoop Dogg, Most Def, a couple bands here, a couple bands there. You know,
That's better than DJ Khaled. That's way
yeah, like they are the first super producers. You
That
know?
oh man, that style of being an artist is very interesting. Like the Gorillas and like a Daft Punk.
And
And, like who else?
You say
Doom. Like the people that
MF Doom.
yeah, like
Yeah.
that wear a mask
Love
and
Doom.
cover themselves up. Like that type
Woo,
of stardom
I love MF Doom.
is very interesting to
Hoe
me.
Cakes is my song.
Wait,
I love.
You said hoe cakes?
Yeah, that's the name of the song, Hoe Cakes.
Hoe cakes.
Oh shit, I don't know.
I like
hear
MF Doom
a lot.
songs
Yeah, I hear
because
him a lot.
you know it's just like it's like a cartoon in your head, you know, because he be having them cartoon monologues in his head.
Jump on that, sir. I mean,
He be having them cartoon monologues in his songs, you know, and it just
I got to get more hip to MF Doom. I hear
It's
a lot
okay.
of like people I like say that they like
into
him.
Doom.
So I'm like, all
get
right,
into
let me-
Doom. I
but-
didn't think I was gonna be into. I'm like, this guy is awesome.
Oh, it's still one person.
Yeah,
He's one guy. He's one guy.
All these people are still one person.
the Daft Punk is two.
Daft Punk, 2 people.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
I still never seen their face.
All these names
No.
sound like a group.
See, and that's why I brought it up. Like, I
One
was
of the
watching
girl named
another
her.
interview or something.
One of the game girl named her. Y'all never seen the face.
No,
One-
no, she's
I've never
out.
seen her.
Her face is out.
Okay.
Hers face is out.
Was it the girl you thought it was?
Gabby,
Something?
she was a Star Search winner, and she was on BET's like their college tour thing they do every year or something like that. And she was just too young. She was like 14, but she was writing hella, and it was like, all right, well, they wanted to show her. She wanted to put out music, so she started going as her, so she can make more adult music.
So it was who you thought it was?
Yes.
This nigga.
I mean, people don't know.
Yeah. I love the background. Still don't know who that is. I need to see the face, but yeah.
Man.
And then what about the ski mask chick? It was a girl out here making music with a ski mask on.
Akile 47. She may be still wearing that mask.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything new from her, but she signed to Rock Nation, so she might be under like doing her underground shit right now, trying to bubble up.
I'm totally lost. I don't know who these guys are.
Really?
I feel like you.
Yeah.
I don't know who those guys are you talking about.
Yeah.
It's just a lot.
Akile 47 is a female rapper. Who were we just saying? Her's
I've
an
heard of
R&B
her.
singer.
Yeah, I've heard of
R&B
her.
singer who's really, really dope.
Yeah.
I was just driving to the Sir album, which is really, really good. Have you heard the Sir album?
There's a her and there's a sir.
Yes.
These names are out of this world.
And there's a him who was trying to
I know
have beef with her,
Wait,
but
what?
her wasn't having it with him.
Yeah, right.
Was anyone was him
Him and her don't like each other.
And there a day.
did him like hymns as well?
There's a day as well.
This shit is trippy to talk about. That's funny.
Oh, my
Him
goodness.
and her.
They are a group.
Him and her are a group.
Oh, they are actual they group.
No,
Wait, they are a group. Wait.
they as in they are a group.
No,
But
are
him
they
and her
mixed? Are they mixed
solo.
with him and her?
No.
or it's just two
Him and her are
hymns?
solo.
No.
This is confusing.
But him and her are beefing.
This is like that scene in Rush Hour 3 and like Chris Tucker was like, I am me, you are you. Me, you, I'm gonna whip both of y'all asses. That's what this is kind of like. It's like I'm confused like that.
They are really good though.
Yeah. Oh, but stop. Because I'm trying to figure out, is they consisted of him and her?
No, they are two hymns.
Oh my God.
Stop it.
And they like
Stop
each
it.
other. Uh-huh.
It's a whole world.
Yep.
They're just gonna get a collective and they're gonna call themselves people.
Will there be a there? I'm over it. I'm sorry.
And there's an emotional orange.
Oh my God.
There's
You
always
gotta
an
get hip to some people too, man. You gotta get
Yeah,
There's always an emotional orange.
we're enlightening each other over here with this music.
But
But I would say
is that 5? No,
yeah,
no.
there is a 5. I kind of want to say a 6 if I can.
Go ahead, go ahead.
But 5, Tyler the Creator,
Yeah.
Goblin. Yeah, Cherry Bomb was
Yeah.
dope, but a
You
lot of
see the
people didn't
boy.
like Cherry Bomb. They said that was like his Yeezus album.
I
People didn't-
loved it.
I love Cherry Bomb.
I
It was,
loved it.
I like that he
Blow
branched
the
out.
A
O's
lot of
or,
people everywhere with him.
Keep the O's. I
Keep
love
the O's.
Keep the O's is my
Treat your
shit.
nose.
Yeah.
That song
He
is
was
about
going-
cocaine.
Yeah, he was going crazy on that. He was going crazy on that.
But Goblin helped me find myself.
Mm.
It helped me like find the rebellious side of myself. Like 2012, like that was when I was like going through a lot. I was just like I went
Kill
through.
people, burn shit, fuck
Yeah.
school.
Man, that song.
That was
Yeah.
actually a great song.
Yeah.
What a mantra.
Yeah.
Hands down, just a great song.
You know, like that album really just helped me find myself.
That's right. Us after
Horrible
like,
for
graduating and
kids,
shit.
though.
Yeah.
Horrible for kids.
And we was just running around. We didn't really have a job. We was like, yo, we about to be artists and rappers and shit. And like we saw what they were doing. What they fueled us because like, oh, they're just being.
If it wasn't for Odd Future, like a lot of these groups wouldn't be out right now. Like people should really owe. And a
don't
lot of
pay
fashion
respect
right now
to it.
wouldn't
There we
be
go.
out without Odd Future. Like people wouldn't be wearing these skater shoes like Vans
yeah.
and Converses. People wouldn't be wearing Supreme. They definitely wouldn't be wearing Supreme. They wouldn't be wearing Diamond Supply. They wouldn't be wearing Pink Dolphin. They wouldn't be wearing all this skater shit. You know, everybody would still be wearing Rockaware. Like
Wait, I thought Pac Div brought out, not Pac Div, the Wolf Pack.
Wolfpack Vans.
Yeah,
But-
Bass God. and
But
them.
like that area of LA is different from
I know.
Tyler's. Well,
area.
I mean, it's not even LA. Is the where is he from? Lil B. The not Bay. Is it the
I'm
Bay?
Cool where you from. Californians.
He say it Berkeley. He's from Berkeley.
Shout out to Bass God. I love.
He's from Berkeley.
I like Lil B too.
I might get a Lil B tattoo. I
I
don't
used
know
to do
what
them cooking dances.
Lil B
Oh my
tattoo I want to
God.
get. I might get
It
a
was a
fork and
cult.
knife or
That's
something.
all that was. It was a cult. We just love them because
You gotta respect the Bass God.
But look, no, we can say that people don't give the bass god respect because all these styles and shit and being off
Him
beat
and
and saying
Soulja
what you
Boy,
want.
You would not have your corniest.
You wouldn't
rapper
have
out
your
him.
6ix9ine without
You
know.
can't have a Young Thug without Lil B.
Yeah.
Young Thug right around calling people bae and shit like that. Lil B had a album called "I'm Gay,"
Yes, he did.
and in an era where you could not say that, you could not.
And
be
that
a
was not
rapper.
accepted in
You cannot
2010.
And
do
the
that.
true definition of it,
That
just
was-
saying I'm happy.
Yeah, exactly, and just
But-
trolling. He was a troll.
There would be no 6ix9ine without Lil B.
Hey man, shout out to the snitch.
The snitch rat. But
Shout out,
yeah.
oh my lord.
No,
the latest
we're gonna talk about it, but we're gonna finish your 6. That's your 6.
my 6, my final 6 is Frank Ocean, Blondie.
Blind, real.
The new one.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, Channel Orange is really fucking awesome too, but I really connected with like Blondie on a different levels. Like those songs. And I heard it on acid for my first time,
Okay.
so I'm like, okay, I'm connected to this song,
Okay, there we go.
this album.
That's why it
Yeah.
hits harder.
Yeah,
I didn't hear it in
No,
any
like that.
format of intoxication.
it's still good sober
have.
too.
It's-
I heard
it's
it,
good.
so I heard
It's
it sober
good.
too, and I liked it equally. I'm
But
like,
I
this
like
is
Channel Orange so much more.
hey,
It's
Channel
just-
Orange
it's
is just nice and
I love the channel purple.
yeah. I
When
think
it was chopped and screwed, oh my lord, oh my
Chopped and
lord.
Screwed was an era.
Oh my lord.
That was a good era.
Shout out to Chop Stars.
It come back 3 times. It came back 3 times.
What, the
Chopped and screwed.
Travis Scott he's trying to bring that
You just
back.
can't party to it. Like that's the problem.
You gotta sit in like an environment like
Yeah,
this,
you gotta,
drinking
like,
lean.
session to it and shit like that.
You know,
can't really
It's for when you just
Man,
you
I used
low
to
and you slow.
I used to listen to Paul Wall songs, the Chopped and Screwed. Man, don't get me started.
freaking Drake dropped
Slim Thug.
the Madonna
Right.
the Madonna secret verse on the Chopped and Screwed mix.
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
I should
there's
make a
second-
Chopped and Screwed album. Like
you
I should
gotta
bring
fuck
that
with
back.
Cool Runs, man.
Yeah.
You gotta fuck with Cool
You fuck
Runs.
with
Cool
Cool
Runs.
Runs.
I gotta-
DJ, man. He do all
DJ
the
Cool
chops.
Run's gonna put you together.
Cleveland's best chop star.
Yeah.
Let's get into some current events really
Oh
quickly.
yeah.
6ix9ine. Let's not beat around the bush.
He's a
6ix9ine for the last this whole week has been
Oh my lord.
telling.
Snitch,
Been
snitch.
snitching.
Telling.
Snitch, snitch, none little.
Now, I'm neither here nor there to judge somebody for being in that predicament because I don't have federal charges. So I don't know what facing 15 years feel like or 20 years feel like.
Mm-hmm.
And
More
all
than, let alone more than one.
yeah.
Okay.
So I don't want to put any other black man in jail. That's my whole view. So in that
That you take to get through the day.
what song should I listen to of yours in the morning?
In the morning.
Or if there is a
What is that
certain-
special shot that they need?
that vibe that they need?
I would
to-
say
in a
on
band.
my first project, I have a song called Self Acceptance.
Mm.
And, it's about people that are insecure about themselves, like, are they accepted? And it's about just people like loving themselves. A lot of people in this day and age struggle with loving themselves.
Mhm.
The best love, the best love is love of self, and, it's the only love that's reciprocated genuinely,
Yeah.
So that song is just about loving yourself. And I say you should start your day with that song, because you'll be able to conquer the world knowing that you fuck with yourself to the fullest extent, So Self-Acceptance is the greatest song to like listen to in the morning. And I do have a song for the night, with your guys and you're raging. I got a song called Nightlife,
I've seen the video. The video's hard.
Yeah, it's
And you cut your hair? You had hair? You had
I
long
had
hair?
dreads,
You had
man.
long hair?
It was just as long as yours. And I cut my hair because like at the beginning of this year, it was all about like moving forward and just like, new energy.
Yeah.
And dreadlocks hold on to like old energy. I've been through a lot of stuff since I grew my dreads out that I really want to let go of, And this year I've really been transformed, I've been a different person, more independent. I used to run with the crowd and try to, do things with guys that I thought that were like, doing stuff. But now this year it was like my rebellion year. It's like my anarchist year. I'm like, I'm against everything. It's just me against everybody now, and I've been doing good. I've been doing good. I've been consistent with things too. I mean, I've been getting into like movies. I've been getting into.
You been acting?
Yes, I've been acting a lot. Like I got like 4 movies that's coming out next
Really?
year.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's dope.
I did a zombie movie at the beginning of this year called Revelations.
Okay.
That's really dope. I could show you a picture.
Who's the director?
My friend from the Tri-C, he's not really my friend. He found me on Instagram, and I reached out to him and I said, "Yo, I would like to be in your film."
Yeah.
I don't remember his name honestly. I haven't talked to him since that time, really.
Because I know
busy.
one movie director who did some movies. I'm like, oh, maybe he was in that. And she did an action movie. That's about it.
And then I'm in another movie called That's My Son. And I'm playing like a lawyer.
Okay.
And that's another reason why I like cut my hair, really
You were
cut
a
it.
lawyer.
Yeah, I was a lawyer trying to find. And I was a detective trying to find like dirt on these cops who killed these 2 black kids. It's inspired by like events of today because that shit happens. Cops kill kids, and they try to blame it on somebody else. And the detective knows that the cops did it. He's just trying to find how to find the evidence against them. And that's my character's struggle through the whole like movie. And that's called That's My Son.
Okay.
And that movie's gonna be dope. And I just did a movie.
Have you always had a passion for acting, or is
Yes.
this like okay?
Yes. When I was 18, I was like into. I was into plays. I was more of a theater actor. And the first place I ever had my play.
That's probably where you get your dialect from, then. Because you act, so you have to speak with.
I mean, I was like that before I was like into acting. Like I'm talking about when I was 16. I started acting when I was 18.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just
an easy transition from when you were doing it on stage. And
yeah, it was really easy because like on stage, anybody that's acting. Here's the 2 differences. So when you're doing like theater, everything has to be perfect or damn near perfect. Like you cannot fuck up. There's no saying cut. When you're on the stage doing the play, you just got to keep it. You got to keep going. You got to wing it. That's what I'm good at, like winging stuff. Like when I'm performing and I fuck up a lyric, I can keep it going. And I owe that to doing theater.
Right.
And so you got to keep going. But with acting on camera, it's way easier. If you fuck up a line, you just say, all right, I fucked up. Line, you just say a line. They'll give you your line and bam, I would say the biggest... the hardest thing is like conveying the emotion and of the character and making it believable. That's the hardest thing with on-screen acting, because you can't just be bland on the camera.
Now, when reading the script, is it easy to figure out what emotion that you're trying to project for the character?
It depends on the character. Like I would, no, because I study the script, so it's not hard for me. I make sure I'm inspired by people like Heath Ledger. Like Heath Ledger, when he played the Joker, he fucking locked himself in a room for 3 weeks and fucking just became the Joker that we know and love today. And that's the type of method. I don't say I lock myself in a room, but
you want to find that energy.
I go deep, and I try to become that character to the fullest extent.
You got your favorite persona/character?
Like characters that I played. Yeah. When I was doing theater, I played like a knight, and I was in this play called Ultimus Finificus, Last of the Sorcerers.
Jesus.
It's kind of like
what? That's a mouthful.
I know it's a mouthful, and it's like a Lord of the Rings meets Harry Potter type play, like wizards and dragons and stuff. And I was a young knight.
What school you went to? That sounds fun as hell.
There wasn't a school. It was like this director named Fred Anthony Taylor. He's a really good director here, and he had me in it. And I was a young knight, and I had to talk with a British accent. That's why he wanted me, because I was really good at talking British.
Man, Sean Carter, he gets his British on too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's another reason why.
Spot the tea.
Y'all about to have a Brit battle?
Spot the tea.
I mean, if you want to get into that, we
Y'all
can.
about to have a Brit off.
Spot
the tea.
Play a game of 6s and 7s. Why not?
Oh my God.
Spot the tea.
make you pee your britches. You don't want to.
You
You
don't
don't want to get into that with me.
You don't,
Spot the T.
you don't want a little bit of Brit action? You don't want no Brit action?
I'm gonna get off your tail now.
It's Spot the T.
Harry.
He gonna stick with that spotted T over there.
Yeah. He just likes a spot of tea. You think that? Do you think that like UK people, Europeans, they're making fun of Americans?
Of course they are.
It's like hamburgers, pizza,
Oreo cookie pie.
Jaeger bombs.
Hey, I bet you they love some white folks or some country ass nigga. Like, blah, 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 you know what I mean? Know what I mean?
No, but no, I sent you the the video of the Snowfall guy. Speaking of the British, have you seen Snowfall the show?
His flip, and it just make you wonder like what.
Snowfall is a movie on FX. I mean, a show on FX about loosely based on Freeway Ricky Runway's life, who is the biggest coke dealer on the West Coast, basically.
Okay.
And the actually, Freeway has nothing to do with the show. He pitched the movie to John Singleton, and then 6 months later, the show was announced. So, Freeway really not with what's being
done right now
presented and everything.
I just want to know how much of it is real.
The way they got the recipe to cook coke, crack, that is called being sold the game. Like the game is not to be told, it's to be sold, and that's what that really means.
It's a G code.
Is that they sold the recipe to mix crack. So that recipe and that game is worth like $100,000 a tail. So he was selling the game more than drugs at first, but then he was like, "Well, I might as well just mix this myself, and I'm gonna keep doing."
Sounds like a Tyrone Bigum's wet dream.
I mean, yeah. So yeah, that's the real. He
That's
said
some crazy.
he told that story on T.I.'s podcast, which is really good. Fucking really.
T.I. has a podcast now?
Called Expeditiously.
Oh, a big word that
Yeah.
T.I. uses.
Yep.
He's expanding his vocabulary and in a way that
he's natural at it. It's so good. It's so good. Like he's just talking. He's just talking.
I'm like, what happened to the king of the South?
Expeditiously.
But that
He
actor
can't stay young forever.
He's a black.
It's a young
he's a
man
young
game.
black guy,
Right.
and he switches into his West Coast accent. His dialect coach, Dub C from the West Side Connection.
West Coast Connection,
yeah.
Dub C.
Yes.
Like
Dub C.
Yeah, that's
What-
dope.
I used
his
to beat
dialect
people's ass with him in Def Jam, man.
Come on. Now. Here's some more facts on some stuff y'all didn't know. Def Jam is just WCW Mayhem
Yep.
2,
Yep.
but they didn't want to put out Mayhem 2 because Mayhem 1 did so bad, so they turned it into Def Jam because they were like, we have this structure.
Is that legit? Like they
Yes.
really just said, "Fuck it, let's use rappers."
Yes. They sold it to Def Jam, and Def Jam, the creator of the game was like, yo, this is trash. Don't do this. I don't want to do this. And then Def Jam was like, yeah, we have like hella rappers, and like they fight anyway. So
And
And they
that shit was
fight anyway.
innovative as fuck. I swear to
man.
God, they need to make a Def Jam with these rappers today. Because I would just,
see, but
I
They're-
feel like 6ix9ine would have like Rey Mysterio's like fucking moveset on some lucha libre shit.
Oh my
Right.
God.
I would love to see, because I don't think Def Jam have the artists to do it.
Nope, not now.
But
Yeah, Def Jam
Atlantic does. So if they did
Yeah.
like a fight for Atlantic or something like that,
or Def Jam versus Atlantic. And Def Jam has a lot of artists. I've actually just
that'd be
looked-
Def Jam. That'd be their third one.
Yeah.
That's them just leaving the city.
Fire.
yeah.
Def
That'd be
Jam
great
versus
if
the
that-
world or something like that,
Yeah.
where they go against like random other acts and shit like that.
You
They
see,
license themselves
you
out.
see, they got Logic is a part of Def Jam. Big Sean's a part of Def Jam. Janae Aiko is a part of Def
You really
Jam.
want to see those soft ass people fight? You want to see Big Sean get in there and get thrown around?
Hey, look,
Big Sean stand on his
Meek
saw-
Mill's in
I-
there too now.
I saw Chingy fighting in Def Jam. Like I never thought that nigga could
fight
whip
for
some-
Rock Nation.
Wait a minute,
I'll watch
Chingy
a
was
Rock
on there.
Nation.
Yeah, Chingy was good. And he was my favorite character. He had the leg work, dude. Like
Shit.
he had the kickbox and shit. He had a finisher. Where he would do like some sick ass.
I do not.
All the
remember
finishers
that.
were fire.
Balls to the
finishes-
walls.
all
Remember that?
their-
Remember that?
Yeah.
Just, boom. It's my favorite move.
The,
It was my
the
favorite
Muscle
move.
Busters. They had the Muscle Busters, and at that time, the Muscle Buster was a move done on a cartoon show on the WB, and I do not remember it, but it was like a fighting wrestling show. It was like a pro
Oh
wrestling
yeah, I need to
show.
talk about.
and it was so good. And he like finally learned how to do his finisher move. And like, I gotta watch it on YouTube now. That show was so good.
It was really
I
good
don't remember
though.
what
It
it's
really
called,
was
but, like,
good. It came
Yeah.
on at the Natural Time Water
Yeah.
cartoons came on
But
back
like
then.
he'll bounce off the ropes to get the game. Like he kept making it better. So it was just
He had a
regular
mask though,
boom.
didn't he?
He had a mask.
And his
on.
dad was a wrestler,
His dad
and then he
was
took
a-
over.
Oh,
Yeah,
his-
I'm starting to remember now. Yep.
I'll tell you the hardest level in Def Jam, Fight for New York 2. You probably no. Fat Joe.
Fat Joe.
That
Fat Joe
nigga
had
was
to
a
work.
cheater. He kept doing the pedigree on you.
Fat Joe had to work and he was quick.
Yeah, man. It's like you would be whooping his ass and the computer would be like, all right, let's turn it up a little bit. And he'll hit that pedigree on you 3 times, you're done. You know, and I would really fight for him not to do that third one on me. I would like try to do reverse. The computer would be like, no, we're overwriting that. And you're going to do this level again for the 30th time.
Fat Joe may
no
really
sense.
fight like how he does on Def Jam Vendetta because
Especially now that he lost weight.
He was on the Breakfast Club today, and he was talking about him being in prison. And he was
shit.
like, he was walking the 30-yard in J's or some shit, and like the jail niggas ain't like that. It was like so he sent a big nigga to press him, and he's like, man, he's talking to Charlamagne, so he's like, man, I don't know where they got this dude from. Like, I don't know where they make him at. He was this big.
Right.
Like I'm telling you, Charlamagne, like he looked like a Willie Mammoth type nigga. I don't get it, Charlamagne. And like he's talking all this shit. He's like, he cocked these with his arms down to his legs and everything. And the dude said to him like, yeah, we don't like that you said blah 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 snitched on you or some shit like that. And he was like, well, he is a rat, blah blah blah. He was like, well, we don't like how you moving in general. And like he's like, he looked at him. Like, you don't got the right to talk to me like that. I'm a motherfucking Don. Go get your king. Go get your king to bring. Motherfucker, you need 99 more men. I'm like, oh my God.
Shit.
I'm like, okay, Fat Joe. I didn't know Fat Joe was like that for real. Like, but he's
That's
like,
it.
he's
Yeah.
like,
He was
can't be no
big pun. Big pun.
Exactly.
So it's a whole different.
You can't be no bitch in
it's a whole
jail.
different era.
but look, he's like, yo, I went to my cell, put on my sneakers. I went to the yard. I found that nigga again. I started doing 99 jumping jacks in front of him. You need 99 more men, motherfucker.
Damn.
I could picture that shit. Like picture
Me
watching
too.
Longest Yard and the fat nigga just doing this the whole time.
Talking shit. Like, I'm like, all right, I gotta listen to this new album. This was a good ass story.
Fat Joe, he's also now like preaching now, like on some gospel shit.
No, he changed his life around and all that, and got
Yeah,
married.
all these, I think gospel's coming into hip hop now. Like
I
everybody's trying to be like Kirk Franklin.
Kirk Franklin got out of here because he was a porn addict. I don't know how.
What? Damn, you got
Like,
all the tea on these
I'm about to
celebrities.
say like, what's going on?
No,
Don't
yeah.
tell my mama that.
No,
He was a porn addict. Like he was
said
fucking
it.
porn stars.
No,
He just can't get enough
No, he
porn.
just loved porn. Like he.
Okay.
Hey
he
man,
had-
shit,
he-
he's a
like, I'm
man.
guessing he didn't have any other vices. He probably doesn't drink or smoke anything. So like,
Had to be something, you know.
he had to
Nobody's
get-
perfect.
I'm saying you had to get it out some way. But he's a
Bishop
like
Eddie Long liked to rape children.
I wish he just smoked some weed and call it a day.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, that would have been.
What's wrong with porn? He was probably paying for it. You can't. It's almost. It's so much free porn you can watch. So he started paying for it. Probably he had the money, so he probably started
He
paying for
started
it.
paying for it.
So he was spreading the wealth around. Yeah, he probably started spreading the wealth. What projects do you have coming up, sir?
I have a project coming out called Weird Scenes from the Construct. Now, that is about like just the weird shit that I see, the unnatural things that I'm seeing in society nowadays, like, you know, like geoengineering, the polar ice caps melting,
CRISPR. Have you heard of CRISPR?
no.
It's the like you're saying geoengineering or well, not bioengineering of like the embryo of a baby.
Oh, is that like the self wombs, the wombs that they're making? Like
No,
you
no,
don't
no.
have to have a woman doesn't have to have.
I know about. I don't know a lot about that, but the thing I'm talking about is you can actually dictate the eye color now. Eye color, height,
Wow,
gender,
Tapping into
They're just-
hair,
they're
hair
ju-
texture.
they're just having their own my player now with people.
pretty much.
That's what they said is like in 2050 it'll be like this race of like genetically perfect people that are all
No
over 6
diseases.
foot and no diseases and
It's gonna be really weird for my son when he's He's
when
my
he's
age.
when he's an elder and tries to take care of his kids or whatever.
I think that's gonna kill off the world though.
It is, man. That's like weird shit.
Like the minute you
Weird
start fucking
scenes
with
from
the
the
DNA,
construct,
taking shit
bro.
out, it's gonna be like they're gonna be sterile. They can't have babies anymore.
I mean, but you gotta think about like the nigga Elon Musk is trying to have us directly connected to the internet with our brain.
I'm not trying to
Like,
do that.
The neural link he's talking about, he has a
means-
prototype.
meaning we'll live forever.
That means we will be hacked, and
Exactly.
we'll be liable to do weird shit without our command.
That's the next level, as what they're saying is we will be able to download our consciousness, and that's how we'll live forever.
The plus about that is you'll be able to erase memories you don't want.
It'll be just like that.
And add ones, you do.
Yeah.
That just bring me back to Black Mirror. It like she just watching her life through a box. You download your consciousness, but y'all now living two different lives.
Yeah,
now.
that would be like me knowing that I know myself is trapped somewhere.
Exactly.
Inception.
Yeah.
Like that made me get a little claustrophobic
already
right
saying
there.
that this is a simulation already, and
Yeah.
we're
The
just
Matrix.
uploaded.
That is a topic that I flirt with in my project. You know, I got a song called "Dark Side of the Shroom," which is like a play on "Dark Side of the Moon," Pink Floyd,
Yeah.
and I'm talking about like how we're in this matrix.
Have you
And
taken a heroic dose?
yes, I'm a psychedelic lord, dude. Look at me, I've done a lot of fucking shit, dude. On the psychedelic side, like acid, mushrooms. I've not found DMT
I'm
yet.
searching too, man.
I'm looking for that DMT.
I'm searching for that.
Looking, and when I do it, I'm be good on the psychedelics. DMT takes you out of this world, I hear, and you're just like, yeah.
Joe Rogan loves it. It seems like Joe Rogan talks about it like, yeah,
He makes
man.
me want to do it.
Man, Joe Rogan talks about it very differently.
But this project, Weird Scenes from the Construct, is also about me, like coming from out of the darkness, you know, into the light. You know, like getting back to my spiritual self. You know, like through the years, I've lost who I would say I lost who I really was. You know, like when I was like a teenager, I was a nice, you know, cool, you know, sweet dude. You know, but as I got older into like 18, 19, 20, you know, I started to go off the rails and forget who I was, you know, like I had a drug problem, you know, like, you know, and if I'm being honest, you know, I was really addicted to cocaine. I'm being honest here. I was addicted to that shit. And
a lot of young people are dabbling in that right
A lot
now.
of people
it came back into like a style for the thing to party with.
Yeah, and the thing about it is I wasn't doing it to party though. Like I was doing it self-medicating, you know. Also, I was working at these jobs, you know, like these restaurant jobs that they would just need you to be like
happy.
You have to be like this
Speedy,
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from like they would have me working like from 5 to like 1 in the morning, you know. You ever heard of Punch Bowl Social?
Yeah.
I used to work there. It's fun to hang out there, but working there is hell. Like you have to really be on it all the time. So, you know, that was just a way for me to get through those shifts, you know, and nobody knew I was doing it, you know, except for my friend. I'm not gonna name any names, but he knew I was doing it, and it became a problem for me. I'm like,
And it's expensive.
It's the main thing. Like you have to
Very
be
expensive.
you have to be like Donald Trump to just afford that shit whenever. You know, it's just like I ain't had the money for that shit. Like my checks wasn't like that. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta leave this shit alone. So I cut that shit out, and I cut a lot of drinking out. I was an alcoholic too, man. I could drink. I really used to drink like whiskey heavy, like Irish whiskey, Jameson.
There's some good Irish whiskey out there too, man.
JMO was my shit.
Smooth
Yep.
shit.
A lot of black people don't know about JMO unless they went to like college and they were and they were like in a frat or something. But like,
Like, what's that green
you
bottle?
ask-
What's
you
that
a-
green bottle? Everybody keep sipping out.
you ask a
We
nigga on
tried
the street,
every liquor known to man.
they're like they know Hennessy. I'm like, I just tell them like, well, you know, JMO's like a white Hennessy, you know.
That's the
Shit
perfect
makes
thing
you
to say.
crazy.
Yeah, that's the perfect thing to say.
It makes you crazy
It's
as
white
fuck.
Hennessy. Yeah, it's white people's Hennessy.
And I was drinking Bullet Rye. Yeah, that's some strong shit. And I was drinking, and this guy right here, Jim Morrison, was like a hero. He was known to be drunk all the time. You know, if you ever look up like him singing The Doors, and he just wasted all the time. So I was like influenced by him. But I had to come out of that shit. You know, I had got a child. You know, and I had to think about it. I'm like, I want to be here.
Yeah.
I want to see him for his first birthday. I want to be there. I want to make it to his first birthday. I want to make it to his damn 10th birthday.
Right.
I can't do that if I'm high on this shit all the time
Right.
for no reason.
Yeah.
And, you know, just drinking, you know, I'm killing myself. So that's why I said I felt like I'm reborn this year.
Right.
I cut
cut
my locks, you know, because I'm a new person. I'm Jordan again. That's my name. I'm Jordan again, you know.
Yeah. Very dope.
You know, I was just trying to live this rock star lifestyle, and I really was living this rock star lifestyle. Like, I lived in Los Angeles. I lived in L.A., you know, and they have some potent shit out there, you know. and every day was a party out there, dude. And I'm like, all right, I'm in the real party world. I learned there that there's levels to party. Like here in Cleveland, we're going to a party. There, it's levels to party. Okay, you go to this party. Okay, that's first level 1. You go to another party. That's level 2. You go to another party. That's level 3. After party. That's level 4. You party all day. You know, I'm like, all right. I know the party realm, and I'm like tired of it. You know. Yeah. That's why I don't make too many songs. Nightlife was just like my last song about partying. You know, it was a tribute to my rock star days. I made that. If you listen to those lyrics in that song, I did all of that shit. It wasn't just me trying to make some cool rhymes and melody. I did all that shit. So I'm like,